Alright guys, let's do a tour. Today, let's start from right here at the beginning of Broadway. We're right by the bull. Capitalism most upbeat symbol. Right here by the bull. Lots of people taking pictures, and there's a line back there of those who wants to take pictures of the bull. So we're right here. This is to be a rite of passage for tourists. All tourists that come by wants to stop and have a picture with the bull. Alright, let's take it from this angle. And out there you see some lines waiting to have a picture with the bull. Alright, it's called the Charging Bull. So this is Broadway. This is right here where Broadway splits, not far from the Battery. Alright, so let's take a walk up Broadway, and this is around midday, and this is typical in the tourist season. Right. So right now we're at Broadway. We're on Broadway, and let's walk up Broadway. And as we do so, let's look up at the buildings here. Show you the older buildings interspersed with some new buildings. Right, but some very unique structures. You know, as you go by, there are lots of vendors by the side. You can stop and get your merchandise, souvenirs, and this is all for the tourists who go by here. Lots of tourists go by. Right. Across the street you can rent a bike. See the bikes over here. Right. But this is almost typical Broadway during the tourist season. It's not the height of the season yet, because schools are not out, but we have a lot of people and a lot of visitors into New York City. Now approaching the Exchange Alley on Broadway, and let's look up. There's a tour bus going by. Let's look up. Alright, so guys, this is Stevie Walkabouts. Thank you for coming to my channel. For those of you coming by for the first time, please consider subscribing. Please like and share this video. For returning subscribers, really do appreciate having you with me, as always. Please like, share, comment. I respond to comments. So let's continue to walk. We're approaching Rector Street, Broadway and Rector. And of course, right across the street is One Wall Street. Alright, this is One Wall Street, right here. This used to be the headquarters of the Bank of New York. Before that, it was actually the headquarters of Irving Trust. But it became the headquarters of the Bank of New York after Irving Trust was acquired by the Bank of New York. And I referred to it in previous videos. And across the street is the Trinity Churchyard. It's another tour bus right here. Double-decker tour bus. Open top deck. And right here is Wall Street and Broadway. Right, Broadway and Wall Street, right in front of the Trinity Church. Right here is the Trinity Church. That's the front of the Trinity Church. I've done a video on the Trinity Church, so you can go back to my archives and pull up one of my videos, sorry, and look at the Trinity Church. Alright, and down here is Wall Street. And if you look straight down Wall Street, you can see the green top building at the distance. That's Brooklyn. Right? So this is Wall Street. And let's take a walk here. There are people waiting for the tour of the Trinity Church. This is the third Trinity Church. So again, along the way you'll find vendors, lots of vendors selling different wares. You'll find a lot of food carts and a lot of food trucks along the way, and you'll find a lot of people going to and from the offices, going to lunch, or just tourists moving around. Right, so right here is Broadway and Pine Street. You see Broadway and Pine Street. Pine Street ends at Broadway, coming from the east side, the East River side. Alright, so here's the double-decker bus, empty, and this is what they look like. Alright, it's an open upper deck and popular for touring the area. We're approaching Liberty Street and Broadway. Right, from Liberty Street here, we can look up, this is One Liberty Plaza. Right, we look up at One Liberty Plaza here. And it's right here in the shadow of the World Trade Center. Right, these are the buildings of the World Trade Center, over right by Zuccotti Park. Right, Zuccotti Park around lunchtime. So let's continue up Broadway. We're standing right on Liberty and looking towards the Hudson River, and that building in the middle there, right there, that's over in Jersey City, across the Hudson River. So again, today there are lots of tourists in Lower Manhattan, but it's not the busiest tourist. It's not the busiest. It's not the height of the season. We're getting there. I've shown you Times Square. Times Square gets a bit crazier than this. Alright, so let's walk. I'll continue to show you more of the area. Over there, the green top, that's the World Financial Center. Right here in the shadow of the World Trade Center complex.
Service their deck.
So one thing to remember, we'll run into a lot of people as we go by. It's that kind of day, right? It's nice outside, it's not too hot. So a lot of people are coming out to enjoy this balmy weather. So from here we can sit down and see one wing of the Oculus right ahead. One wing of the Oculus right over there. That leads into Grand Shopping area right over there. And you can also see into the World Financial Center, the atrium over the World Financial Center. Right across here is Fulton Center. It's the subway station. They've done a magnificent job of refurbishing the station. If you're in the area, go in there, just take a look around. And we're on Fulton Street and Broadway. And I think we're at an outdoor food festival, it seems. We're at an outdoor food festival. Oh wow. Oh wow, everything you want. Wow, lots of different ice cream, keep you cool on this day. Oh, Jamaican food right here. Get your jerk chicken, another Jamaican food. Get your roasted corn. There is a lot to get out here. So. Sorry. So, get your food, get your jewelry. Wow, everything you want in the market. You have your.
Take a look, guys. Only $50 here. Selling up.
Quartz and crystals. Come on shopping, guys. I just ran into this today. I don't know if this happens how often this happens, but fortunate to run into it today. Street between Broadway and Nassau Street. So come and check it out. It's a food market. It's wow, seafood. So Come get the difference. Oh my God. Alright, so living the mash of the food festival. Let's continue walking. We see the World Trade Center, the main tower right there. Unique with its unique just by its in its shape, in its size, and its distinct features at the top. And let's continue walking. Right, so let's continue on Broadway, heading towards Ann Street. At any given time, there'll be some construction here. Right across the street is St. Paul's Chapel. St. Paul's, I think, it's part of the Trinity Church complex. Right? That's St. Paul's Chapel. Not to be confused with the Trinity Church itself, or the Third Trinity Church, which is at the top of, which is at Wall Street and Broadway. All right, this is St. Paul's, which is part of the Trinity Church family. But again, not to be confused with the Trinity Church itself. So, we're at Broadway and Vesey Street. All right, let's continue on Broadway. Over there is Park Row, and Park Row leads to the bridge over there. We'll find more vendors along the way. Right, as we're walking in front of the we're in front of the Woolworth building. All right, now the Woolworth building is across from the City Hall. That's City Hall Park right here, and you'll see all municipal buildings, all court buildings, because we're not far from the court complex, and the court complex being on Center Street. So that's Park Row, but we continue on Broadway, and we're now on Broadway and Barclay Street. So at any given time, you'll see a number of scaffolds because there's a refurbishment of lots of buildings. There's new construction happening, and of course repairs and so forth. So at any given time, you'll have to walk on the scaffolds as you go by. So let's walk up Broadway. Now we passed in front of the Woolworth building, and let me mention, at one time the Woolworth building was one of the tallest buildings in the country. I mean, it's sort of strange to say that now, considering the height of the buildings around, but it's one time one of the tallest buildings in the country, and one time the tallest building in New York. Right down here, if you look down, the building that blocks the street, that's 101 Barclay. And that's home of the Bank of New York. The one in the middle of the street down there. And again, we're right across from City Hall Park, and another open top, open deck tour bus going by. So right over here, right there, That's City Hall. New York City Hall. That's where the home of the New York City administration, the mayor, and the city council. Alright, so again, the mayor and the city council right here in City Hall. Still notice that there isn't that much of a crowd over here, and I don't know if it's because of the time of the day, because everyone wants to be closer to the World Financial Center complex, the World Trade Center complex, the ferry, and so forth. All as appears it's not as touristic as just a few blocks away. So we continue. Alright, so we're approaching Chambers Street. We're approaching Chambers Street. So right here on Chambers Street, look up. You'll notice right over here. There's City Hall right there, behind the trees. I think this building blocking at the middle of the street over there is part of the old administrative complex, the court complex, I think, because right over there is Center Street, and all of the court buildings on Center Street. So let's walk a block or two further. All right, we continue on Broadway. So there is Reed Street, and beyond Reed Street is Duane Street, and a little drugstore that grew out of this area and gave its name to the national drug train, Duane Reed Drugs, who was born in this area. So this building here is a pretty new building. Remember, they were doing some excavation and they found remains of an old African-American burial ground. So over the African Burial Ground National Monument back there, that's part of the U.S. Department of the Interior, National Park Services. If you heard of Federal Plaza, 26 Federal Plaza, it's right over here, and lots of people come by here for interviews, for citizenship interviews, for travel documents, and so forth. It's right here, right in front of the court complex, or around the court complex. All right, so all over there, the court complex, the Federal Plaza, federal buildings. United States Custom and Immigration Services, right over there, the public entrance, and that's 26 Federal Plaza. Sure. We're up at Thomas Street and Broadway, and I'm not going to continue up Broadway from here. I'll make a left Let's go along Thomas. Let's go along Thomas Street today. Yeah, let's just show you around a little more, and we'll pick it up further down on Chambers Street. Let's walk down Duane Street. Right, and Duane Reade right there. Remember, the story of Duane Reade started in this area, and the name Duane Reade comes from the drugstore being between Duane and Reade Streets in Manhattan. Alright, so we have Duane Reade Drugs, one national chain. I think Duane Reade was acquired by Walgreens. Right over here we see the building with no windows, and for the longest while people speculate on what that building could be. Alright, and what that building is. So again, it's a building with no windows, no glass. You're inside. What do you see? I don't think it's much of a mystery anymore, because I think to some extent they've explained what's in that building, or the purpose of that building. So we're looking down Duane Street. We're walking down Duane Street. Now, Duane Street runs parallel with Chambers Street, so I'm not going down Chambers. I'm going down Duane, right? But if we look up here, we're on Church Street. If we look up Church Street, that's going up to Upper Manhattan. All right, so we're at church in Duane. Let's cross the street. Let's cross over, and I'll show you. All right, let's continue down Duane. Before we do that, let's take a look down. Let's take a look down. See the top of the Woolworth building there, green, over there. Right over there. Alright, and again, at one time this was one of the tallest buildings, not just in New York, but in the country. It's not even mentioned or considered anymore, but for historical reasons, you won't think of it. So this is Duane Street. And this is West Broadway. Take a look up West Broadway, going north. And let's pan around here right at West Broadway. This is Duane and West Broadway. West Broadway is not to be confused with Broadway. Alright, and from West Broadway, looking down towards the World Trade Center complex and the main building of the complex right there. So again, this is Lower Manhattan. There's a residential building there, right there. It's got the Jenga building. Does look like it, right there.
But we're like, at this point, we made it, like, we're over halfway. We're like,
Girl Scout cookies. So now we're Chambers and Chambers Street, West Broadway, and let's continue. Let's walk down Chambers Street towards the West Side Highway. Remember, I told you New York has a lot of unique buildings. And from here, look at the top of this building right there. It unfolds at the top. Right there. Sure. There's the building right here. All right, so lots of unique structures in Lower Manhattan, and that's one of them there. There's another look at the World Trade Center complex, and the new building right over here. The step building right there. That's 101 Barclay, and that's the home of the Bank of New York right there. Let's continue because I want to take you from here down to all the way down to the water, and the water is on at the end of Chambers Street.
What's man? How about
What's
support?
up?
Search out, raise money for the kids, get you going to the football.
I don't walk with cash, you know, I only have a car. Good. So we're in Chambers Street, almost at the end. The next intersection we come to would be the West Side Highway. Over here is the Borough of Manhattan Community College. Right here, it's part of the City University of New York. Right here. Right? It's a 2-year college. It has it boasts a great nursing program as a 2-year college. So again, that's part of the City University of New York. That's Borough of Manhattan Community College right here. Across the street, now to go across here, we can either cross the street and walk across, or we can take the bridge over here. The bridge would take us on the other side as well, and take us to the water, which I want to be my destination today. All right, but while we're here, let's take another shot of the area. All right, look at the buildings. This is the buildings in the world. Right there, the World Financial Center complex, which is right in front of the, on one side of the West Side Highway. On the west side, on the east side, is the World Trade Center complex. So I'm gonna cross over here. I'm crossing over here. Traffic coming down the West Side Highway, going south. Going south on the West Side Highway. Going south. Across the street right there is Stuyvesant High School, one of the most prestigious high school in New York City. And there is the most prestigious public high school in New York City, and there is very, very stiff competition to get into the school. All right, a little controversial at times, but very stiff competition to get in. All right, so crossing over the West Side Highway. Now, a very interesting fact, right? We're on land that has been reclaimed. Take another look here. We're on land that has been reclaimed from the Hudson River. All right, so all of this was the Hudson River course, and this is land reclaimed from the Hudson River. So again, over here, this is Stuyvesant High School, the most prestigious public high school in New York City. All right, so we're just walking through extension of Broadway. Extension of Chambers Street. And again, this is all built on land reclaimed from the Hudson River. And the Hudson River still is such a big river, so imagine how much bigger the Hudson River was as it comes into this area. Right, so we're down here, and I'll show you exactly where we are. Right, so at the end of Chambers Street, they're right here on the Hudson River. Alright, so you can see how much land has been reclaimed. So we can look from here, from over here at the end of this pier over there, or even at the end of this walkway here, and look up towards the West Side Highway over there, and you can see how much land has been reclaimed from the river. Gives you an idea of how wide and how expensive the Hudson River is. Alright, so we're at the end of Chambers Street. This is the Hudson River. Across the river, it's New Jersey. This building with the stripe running diagonally over there, that's 480 Washington Boulevard in Jersey City. So, it's a beautiful day here in New York City, in Lower Manhattan. It's beautiful weather. It's a great time to be out here just chilling, just relaxing, just enjoying. All right, if you're here, you can follow the example of some of the people in there laying out on the lawn. Some are sunbathing, and most of them are just chilling. It's a beautiful day to be out here. Come out, enjoy. All right, so it's right over here, Jersey City. Hoboken is behind, and the famous Colgate clock, which you'll see in a few of my videos. It's right over there. Alright, so let's walk down south along the Hudson River. So guys, over in the distance over there, you'll see the Statue of Liberty. So again, this is alright, so
Yeah, I remember that one.
So there is a view of the buildings behind. Right, the buildings behind. You can see the back of the. Right here we can see the top of the World Trade Center. Right there. Right, we can see parts of the World Trade Center complex, or the World Financial Center complex. So we're behind on the World Financial Center complex over there.
I was right on the beach. I'm sorry.
You turn the office background on your...
I remember the Hudson River serves as a major transportation. We want to call it a major transportation highway. Lots of ferries traveling from various points in New Jersey. You can see one over there coming out of Hoboken right now, right over there. And dock right here. That's one of the ferry terminals. There's another one. This could be the Circle Line cruise over there. And again, lots of different ferries from different points in New Jersey, from points in Staten Island and Brooklyn, converges on this lower part of Manhattan. So they come to this ferry port here. They come along the other side, on the east side of the river. So you'll find along Pier 17, Pier 11, and those areas. There are different ports at which the ferries dock. Going north, there are ports along the way, up at 42nd Street, and other ports along the way where the ferries dock as well. Sure, you can stop lots of these places to get a ferry. All right, so that's one of your means of traveling to and from New York City. So now we're at the back of the World Financial Center. I think the Comex head office is out here, the Commodities Exchange. You have the marina over here, where at certain times of the year there are boat races and so forth. So I guess you can call it like a mini regatta. I don't know if you can call it that, but there are boat races and rowing races. Right here, coming to this marina. Right, again, we're at the back of the World Financial Center. Lots of people congregate out here. See, the umbrellas are set up. There are dining. Huge dining options out here. Right, so right over there where you see the sign says what does it say, Tartineri over there, that's right on the grounds of the ice skating rink. So during the winter months, right behind here, you can come put on your ice skates and be on the ice for a while. So let's take a look over at the marina. All right, see, all right, there is a yacht over there. Who wants to get on the yacht? All right, and different boats are moored right here, and different sailing boats. So that's the right over here is the back of the World Financial Center, the atrium right there, and right there is the site of the ice skating rink. But it's summer now, and no ice skating at this point outdoors. All right, just not feasible. There are indoor ice skating rinks, but no outdoor at this time. All right, so again, guys, I'm going to end this video here. This is Stevie Walkabouts. Thanks for coming to my channel. Again, for those of you coming for the first time, please like, please share, please consider subscribing. For those returning, thanks for being part of this journey with me. I really do appreciate having you with me. Again, please like, please share with your community. Please leave your comments. I will respond to your comments. Right? Again, thanks guys, and see you in my next video. Bye.